Hey guys, come with me to Lisbon, Portugal. So I decided to take a solo trip to Portugal because I've honestly just always wanted to visit, and it seems like a great, cheap place to go. I think I was meant to come here because as soon as I landed, I met an incredible woman who I was actually in the car with as you're watching this footage. She was asking me why I chose to visit Lisbon because she's actually writing an article for the about, actually, maybe I shouldn't say what the article's about, but an article will be coming out soon, and I will be in it. Anyway, so this is my first day in the city. I was just walking around and, getting my bearings, seeing what was out there. Immediately, just so beautiful. First impression was, yep, I'm in Europe, and it's great. I walked down this cute alleyway with a bunch of shops and a lot of touristy gift shops and things like that. I was on the hunt for a meal though, so I decided to hit up this place that is very well known in Lisbon, and I think it was on Anthony Bourdain's show, and 10 out of 10. The crab was so good, and I also had some oysters which were delicious. And then I decided to head to the beach because that was my top priority for this trip. Is I need to touch sand, I need to see some water, I need to get my feet wet. And so I couldn't find a towel because I did this very impulsively and didn't bring a towel. So I'm I need to sit down somewhere. So I went to a bar and got a drink and met the super nice bartender who I actually ended up hanging out with shortly after this. And yeah, I was drunk for sure. I'm feeling myself on the beach, feeling very much Bo Derek vibes or something. I don't know. And then I saw this really cool sand turtle sculpture. So I met up with my friend who I had met earlier, like I just mentioned, and we went to this really popular part of Lisbon and the city. We got some drinks at this rooftop bar. It was really cute, and this lady comes up to us and goes, "How long have you guys been together?" And I was like, "Girl, I just met this man 4 hours ago." And she's like, "You guys have such beautiful chemistry. I was trying to guess how long you guys have been together. You'd make such a beautiful life together." And she was really nice. She was a little drunk, but she was so nice. And I was like, "Well, let's take a picture together." So shout out to Shelly. I hope you got back to Atlanta safely. Then we decided to continue the night. We tried to look for the traditional Portuguese cherry drink, which I'm forgetting the name of now. Ginginha. And cheers.
Saúde. Em português from here, saúde caralho.
Saúde caralho.
Saúde caralho.
Saúde caralho.
Saúde caralho. Oui.
Then we stumbled upon this, not really stumbled upon, it's a very popular touristy spot in Lisbon. I'm forgetting the name of the club now, but it was fun. Had some very interesting artwork on the walls. They had all this cool decor and mirrors and paintings and stuff. And then homeboy decides to stunt on him and just starts pole dancing out of nowhere. I was not expecting him to do that. I was very impressed. The next day we did some sightseeing together and I saw this cool arc thing. Then we hopped on a boat to go see another boat. This boat was used for Portuguese exploration, colonization, but it was cool. And these mannequins freaked me the fuck out, because what the hell? Again, what is going on? Imagine being trapped in here at night. I was just waiting for one of them to move. I was very scared. Eventually, I was like, okay, we need to leave.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really, really scared.
This one is my favorite though. POV you and the homies after a night out. Hello. I'm gonna go eat some fish in a can now. I'm very excited. Let's go. This was the next day. I don't know what I was doing. I was definitely walking around, probably looking for something on Google Maps that I never actually ended up finding. Got some food later that day, got some shrimp. It was delicious. My waiter was a very nice man from Mozambique. We exchanged Instagrams, but unfortunately, I don't think I ever responded to his message. Sorry. Traveling alone is so funny because you'll like go into a restaurant or you'll be doing quite literally anything, and then someone's like, "You're alone?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're just like really confused. But I refuse to explain myself. I'm like, "Yes, I'm alone." And they always say something along the lines of like, you're alone? But you're so pretty. Because if you're attractive, you're actually incapable of having a moment alone with your thoughts. I get it. Then the next day, I continued to go on my tourist excursions. I went to Belém, and first thing I do is go to Pastéis de Belém. I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation, but had to get the iconic pastry that I'm forgetting the name of now, but it's delicious. And clearly this guy thought it looked delicious too, because he wanted to eat mine. And just down the street, there's the cathedral. Then I walked through the garden and made my way towards the Tower of Belém. I didn't actually end up going inside because I didn't feel like paying or waiting for the line, but it looked cool from the outside. And then your girl got hungry, and I decided now is the time to try Portuguese McDonald's. It's my travel guilty pleasure. Okay, I'm trying McDonald's in Portugal because I'm a stupid American, but before you come for me, I've had a lot of traditional Portuguese food, so this is not the only meal I'm having, of course, but you know, every McDonald's around the world is a little different, so you know, we don't have snack wraps in the US, at least not anymore, so I wanted to try one. Solid. Also, they sell beer at McDonald's in Portugal. I think I don't remember if France did. I'm pretty sure they sell beer and wine. America could never. And they have fish sticks too, which I thought was so funny. A fish stick from McDonald's. Not bad. Fries. Good. No complaints. McDonald's in other countries is better. American McDonald's, as one of my British friends put it, tastes like sewage. And I agree. And then I climbed my way to the top of the city and went to the castle of I don't know what the fuck. All I can think about when I look out on the view is, wow, what if I just fell over this ledge right now? Something that like really scares me is like, what if I die in a foreign country or like get in an accident? Like that would really suck. You know, at least I have, you know, like public health care though. But yeah, bitch, I was climbing. Literally, it felt like I was climbing a ladder trying to get up here because this city is nothing but hills. I heard someone say Lisbon is the city of 7 hills. I don't know if that's true, but it's very hilly. It's like San Francisco. But the tiles are slippery. I felt like I was gonna bust my ass. I slipped a few times. Listen, if you're someone who's not used to walking, Lisbon might be tough for you. And it's hot, and the weather's perfect. Like, it's warm, it's sunny, but you know, you're definitely getting a workout. I got like 18,000 steps yesterday, and that's pretty much how it's been every single day. So I'm feeling very skinny. I'm just kidding. But that's what I love about it, is that you can walk everywhere. Most of my trip, I feel like, was just walking around, and some of it was planned and some of it wasn't. I think that's like the best part about traveling, is not having a plan and just walking around and seeing what you can find. You never know what you're going to stumble upon, and Lisbon has a bunch of alleyways and little corners in the street that you can go down, so definitely recommend doing that if you visit Lisbon. You never know who you'll run into or what you'll see. Okay, what's your name?
Lucio.
Lucio? Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
That's so crazy. Wow. I can't believe I just met a subscriber. That's so cool. YouTube is awesome. Like, it's so nice to know that almost no matter where I go, there's someone out there who knows who I am and connects with my work, and I think that's really cool. I got friends everywhere. Then later that night, I went to Barrio Alto and I ran into some really nice people. One guy was from Montreal and one guy was from the Congo. And we walked in and out of different clubs and bars. And then he tried to help me with my French, which I was having way too good of a time with because I was drunk and had absolutely no inhibitions or insecurities about it.
C'est je sais le vocabulaire.
C'est cher.
C'est cher. Expensive.
You know, vlogging is interesting because you really get to see yourself from like a third person's perspective that you usually don't. And in the past, I've been told that I always look like I'm flirting with people, and I get it now. I look like I'm in deep love with this woman and I want to make sweet love to her. Never felt that once, but I see what people mean. I remember once I was at the club and someone was like, "Oh, like, are you on Molly right now?" And I was like, I'm stone cold sober, but thank you. I guess I'm just so fun and free. It looks like I'm on drugs. And the guy that I was with was like, "I love the way you dance. You just look so free." And I was like, okay. And I get it. He's not wrong. The next day, I went to an iconic restaurant in Lisbon called A Cevicheria. It's very expensive, but very delicious. The cornbread and whatever this was, I was not a fan of, but oh my god, these tacos, the best thing I've ever put in my mouth all year. And the salmon ceviche was okay. I wouldn't recommend it. It wasn't my thing. I just don't like how it was like sweet. There was like mango and cashews in it. I just was not a fan. And I had to go to Time Out Market. I know people are like, this is so touristy, but like, I'm gonna do it. Sorry. And I don't regret it. I had a few dishes. There was lots to choose from. Had some oysters. I also had steak, which was mid. So definitely don't eat the steak here. And then I had steak tartare somewhere else randomly. And then I decided to go to Lux Fragile, which is a big nightclub in Lisbon, and my dumbass got there like as soon as I opened, so it was empty when I showed up. But then, you know, it got more lively around like 1 or 2 in the morning, and here's me dancing. I have no idea who filmed this, and I also have no idea who this man is, so I don't know what I was doing, but I was getting it. Like, who is that? Yeah, I met a lot of people that night. I actually made friends with a really nice Irish guy, and we hung out the day after this, and he was super nice. And like a proper 2007 pop hit, I partied all night and didn't go home until the sun rised. And I was greeted by my Airbnb host's dog. His name is Sushi. He's very cute. Speaking of sushi, I had this honestly kind of mid sushi. It looks great, but I wasn't impressed, although I did like this, I think it was tuna. And then later that day I went to Sintra, which poor planning on my part. I didn't get there until the sunset, and it was beautiful to watch, but I would have liked to spend more time there during the day. And this was my last day in Portugal, and this is the last clip that I have. So thank you for watching, and I promise there will be more vlogs coming soon. Expect a travel vlog in the next couple of months because I'll be going to Amsterdam and Berlin, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and subscribe!